Jim and Susie feel like they've been dealt a double blow. 5 years ago, they lost their son Corey in a car crash. Then the grieving parents were dragged through the courts by the person behind the wheel.
Somehow we became the bad guys. We've actually spent more time in court than the driver, to be honest, Sam.
Grieving parents silenced by the justice system.
And if we didn't abide by the conditions, we could face criminal charges.
There's not a day that goes by that Jim and Susie Rapson don't miss their boy Corey.
I wake up and think about him, I go to bed and think about him, and every scenario, every time we go away.
At 25, Corey had the world at his feet. A rising tennis star killed in a car crash in Melbourne in 2018. A girl he'd been dating was behind the wheel.
We come here, it's kind of like we're not a religious family, so this is where I come to say hi to Corey.
We first met the Rapsons in 2022 after Angela Wilkes was charged with dangerous driving causing Corey's death. She'd stopped at a red light before accelerating across 6 lanes of traffic. Angela Wilkes pleaded guilty, but a year later claimed to have fainted and changed her plea. The Office of Public Prosecutions accepted the explanation, dropping the case without a trial, infuriating Corey's family.
It's unbelievable that she could have gone across this massive road in a straight line with Corey sitting there doing nothing.
Since then, another crushing blow.
So basically she wants to gag us.
After our story, Angela Wilkes hauled Corey's parents to court, applying for a personal intervention order against them.
She was seeking to keep us quiet for her safety, but we don't even live in Melbourne. We've only met her in court, and I don't know how we're not violent people.
A knock on the door from federal police, bringing back haunting memories.
It was almost unbelievable to me. I just didn't understand how it was actually possible to do something like that.
Well, I was crying when the police arrived and you were angry.
Jim and Susie were summoned to appear here at the Moorabbin Magistrates Court in Melbourne, forced to make the trek from their home in Canberra on 3 occasions.
Well, for a start, we didn't even know where Moorabbin was. We've lost our son and want answers.
The Rapsons run this Instagram account to honour Corey's memory.
The driver took exception to that and decided to take out a PSIO to effectively gag us and stop us from posting on Instagram.
Eventually, the Personal Intervention Order, or PSIO, was dropped in exchange for the Rapsons agreeing to an undertaking. A promise they wouldn't talk about Angela Wilkes for a year. It's since expired.
Personally, I've never spoken to this individual at all. I've never communicated with her at all.
Despite her fainting excuse, in her police interview from the time, Angela was asked, "Do you suffer from blackouts or fits?" She replied, "I don't think so." Unconvinced the evidence was adding up, the Rapsons recently asked prosecutors to review the case.
They've decided that, no, it's done and dusted now.
Our view is that they don't help the victims at all. They're actually there for the offender.
Because of COVID, there was a backlog of cases going to court, so I believe they rushed it through and saw it as perhaps low-hanging fruit. And get it out. They got it out the door to save money and get the numbers down.
Today, Corey would be 31. His parents left to wonder, what if?
As Corey's mum, I'm not going to stop, so that's the way it is. I want to find out what happened and I want an apology.
I just don't understand why. I do feel for them.